Yo, what is up, dudes and lady dudes? Welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Today we've got more card reveals. We've got alien cards. I know for a fact people are excited for alien cards. I've had multiple people in my comments when I've made reptile videos, whatever, saying they wish reptiles would finally get some more support. So we have two new cards here, which is really cool. Also, a TRIAMID card came out, I think yesterday morning. I wasn't going to make a video just for a TRIAMID card because it's TRIAMIDs. Sorry, TRIAMID lovers out there, but we'll throw it in here. We'll talk about it at the end of after we're done with the alien cards. So without further ado, let's just jump into our two main guys going on here. We've got, of course, Alien Buster. He is a level 4 light reptile effect monster with 1700 attack, 1500 defense, and 2 hard once per turn effects. The first effect reads, if he's sent to the graveyard, just generically sent to the graveyard, you can target one face-up monster and place 2 A counters on it. That's pretty cool. I love how generic this is. That it's just like, you could Foolish Burial this, and then essentially Foolish Burial becomes a card that puts an alien in grave and puts 2 A counters on a monster. Not half bad. Second effect, during the main phase, except during the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one card on the field with an A counter and destroy it. So this effect is cool. I just wish it was faster. Oh my god, if they just made this a quick effect, this could even be the same thing. Like, you can send it on your turn, then on like the next turn it could be a quick effect to banish itself to pop a monster with an A counter. That would actually be pretty cool. Aliens definitely are one of those decks that aren't super privy to like great disruption, so this would be an awesome card for that. It's still not a bad card. It's just like grindy removal. Next turn you're going to get to pop something that you can put an A counter on. Not terrible, but it's definitely a little slow. Luckily the first effect definitely helps you get 8 counters on stuff quickly, whether it's your monsters or your opponents, and that's still pretty helpful, so we will take that nonetheless. All right, now our second card here. Might as well show you the artwork too. This is the main deck guy we just talked about. Looks really cool. Kind of just looks like Shock Trooper, but with instead of like green, he's purple and yellow, so I like him. I think he looks dope. And then this guy, fucking crazy ass lobster demon alien. I'm with it. I am with it. Okay, this is Cosmic Pincer Zelor. He's a Link 3 light reptile link effect monster. His attack is 2600 and its arrows point up, bottom left, and bottom right, so like those Decode, Talker, Crusadia, Equimax arrows. Its materials are any 2 or more reptiles, so I like that it's fairly generic, means other potential reptile engines could still work in here. Maybe Abyss becomes part of what aliens want to do just to help you turbo into cards like him. I don't know, but that's still a possibility. You can only use this card the first and second effects once per turn each. The first effect says, if this card is link summoned, you can add one card with an effect that places 8 counters from your deck to your hand. Dope. That's most of the archetypes straight up. That gives you Alien Dog, which is an extender. That gives you this guy, which is really cool. So the one thing I also didn't mention about him that's kind of meh is, other than Alien Dog, aliens don't have any cards that allow you to like extend via themselves, like other than your normal summon. So this guy can search them out, and then the second effect actually helps with that as well. So even though these monsters don't do it, if you can get to him, he helps you extend from there, but you still have to get here. But still very cool. You can search a lot of the spells, the traps, the monsters with this. This searches almost everything in the archetype, which is really cool. Second effect says you can remove any 2 A counters from the field. Immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon 1 reptile monster. So that's the idea with this guy up here, is you could search him via the first effect, and then as long as you have A counters, you can just remove 2 A counters to immediately normal summon him. So he doesn't need to extend himself because he extends it, but obviously you still have to be able to get to that Link 3 first. So definitely have to focus on that. And the last effect says, while this card is in the monster zone, monsters your opponent controls with A counters are changed to defense position and cannot activate their effects. All right, so now, so this is what I was hoping for, is aliens don't really have a ton of disruption, especially searchable disruption. They have some cards that like, okay, or like okay disruptions, like popping a card or whatever. But this card particularly is pretty nice. It almost has a similar feel to Baguska. You just need to be able to place those A counters, and that's going to be the struggle. But if you can do it, awesome. So yeah, I mean, the other thing is this isn't even an activated effect. This is just continuous. So as long as this is up, as soon as a monster gets an A counter, it's immediately just switched to defense and negated. Doesn't activate, so they can't like try to chain around it or anything like that. And that's really cool. So I think, you know, as far as alien stuff goes, if you're only getting 2 cards, I'm not expecting the most broken, out of this world, make aliens like a competitive deck out of nowhere. I was expecting cool stuff, and this is cool. I think this helps the deck. I think we're getting Abyss anyway, and I'm with it. Like, it's cool. I think the deck has a new win condition in the Link 3. I think you have a new extender slash like grindy card that gives you pops in the new level 4. And I think they're both playable in the deck. I think they both definitely have spots in the deck, and I think that's a win. I'll take it. I'll definitely take it. I know some people have been asking for alien support, and I don't think this stuff is half bad. Honestly, you have this card gives you a search on summon, extends the cards you search, and gives you a very, very powerful win condition, essentially just like skill draining your opponent unless they go into a link monster. So yeah, really cool. Really, really cool. All right, next up we have TRIAMID loading. Oh, actually, one more thing I just thought about while I was skipping over. This effect doesn't say switch the monsters to defense mode, and if you do, they cannot activate their effects. This just says they're changed to defense position and cannot activate their effects. So if it says and, does that mean link monsters are still negated? They're just not switched to defense mode? It's a very interesting question. I'm not sure how the ruling on that works, but it might still negate link monsters anyway. They just obviously don't have defense mode, so definitely keep an eye on that. Anyway, we have TRIAMID loading. Might as well throw this in here. It's a continuous spell. You can only activate this. You can only use, this card's first and second effects once per turn each. Use and activate actually are very important when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh! Rulings. First effect. If a field spell is placed into a field zone and this card is already face up, you can add a TRIAMID spell or trap from your deck to the hand. It's pretty easy to trigger in a TRIAMID deck. And what I like is this works when any field spell is placed into a field zone. So you could use this on your turn, activate a TRIAMID field spell to search a TRIAMID spell or trap, another one, whether you want a field spell, the trap, whatever. Then this is continuous, so it stays up and your opponent just like activates their field spell. They're playing Invoked and they want to activate Meltdown to get into their engine. They want to activate Hidden City to get into their Subterra engine. Whatever it is, you get to search for another card. So you just get bonus advantage every single turn off of this. That's pretty strong. This is a really nice TRIAMID card right off the bat with that. The second effect says if any face-up rock monster you control is destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect, you can special summon one TRIAMID monster with a different name from the deck. This card is strong. This card's actually really good. Now listen, the archetype it's fitting into and is built around is very weak. You know, searching the spells and traps is not that good. The trap is actually decent, and I'm glad that this gives you searchability of the trap, because I know the deck has very easy searchability into like any of the field spells, but the field spells are super underwhelming. I don't even think necessarily that a deck built around multiple field spells has to be terrible. They just have to be multiple good, utilitarian, get you resource kind of field spells. Like you need a searching field spell. Maybe you want a field spell that like is a floodgate for your opponent. So like you use the one to get you advantage and then you trade it out for the one that's actually like going to hinder your opponent. You need something like that. Unfortunately, the ones that TRIAMIDs have access to have been power crept so much. Even when they came out, the deck wasn't good. So yeah, I mean, honestly, if they wanted to really make TRIAMID good, they'd have to like revamp all the field spells, just make like 3 new field spells that are all good. Probably a new trap that's strong, and probably 1 or 2 new monsters, and maybe an extra deck monster too, or 2 just to bring it home. But obviously, I wouldn't expect to get that anytime soon. For now, we have this card. and I'm happy with it. This is a banging ass card. Throw this into like multiple other archetypes, and this card is actually really strong. Sometimes we see cards that like just have the second effect. Oh, if one of my monsters are destroyed, I can summon another one. Whoop-de-doo. Like, it's fine, but it's not amazing. But then you add that's the second effect. That's the bonus effect. The first effect is the main effect, searching you for any TRIAMID spell or trap. So hell yeah, I'm with this card fully, 100%. I think this definitely helps TRIAMID be a lot more of a better casual deck. I think you could take this to locals and potentially top now if you get lucky with matchups and stuff there. But still cool nonetheless. I'm liking it. I love it when Konami takes these core sets and just supports like older archetypes that need support like these, and I'm here for it, definitely. So those are my thoughts on the new cards here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, let me know in the comment section down below what you think of the new Alien cards or the new TRIAMID card. I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below, and I'm gonna get the hell out of here. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.